So listen, y'all. I have a big video coming up. It's a long one because I want to say a whole lot more in there than I'm about to say now. But I just want to bring these things to your attention. And, something to look at for the truth that's in it. The best thing that any fighter can do is try their best, give it their all. I certainly don't expect any more out of a person than them just pushing themselves as hard as they can to do what they have to do. It's up to that person to have that same thing in them each and every time they get in that ring. Now, for those of you who feel beneath an athlete, an actor, actress, singer, dancer, whatever, that's unfortunate for you. For those of you that feel they have the right to your money, you're a slave to their rhythm, whatever they want, you do. That's unfortunate for you. What y'all need to understand is these fighters, no restaurants, no movie theaters, no football players, no actors, actresses, basketball players, nothing. They have no career if they don't have an audience. And what you guys are settling for is for fighters showing up. It's funny because you guys have so much to say about other content creators for being real or giving their opinions because you don't see it the way they see it, but you're so accepting of everything that these athletes do, no matter how wrong they are. Tyson Fury has already said out of his own mouth, I don't care what anybody thinks, I do what I want. Okay, guess what? And him saying that, the way he came to this fight, now, we all know Tyson Fury's he's never been a muscular, ripped up guy. This dude had fat on top of fat. You telling me y'all didn't see that flabby shit hanging over the waist of his pants, on his back? He really looked like the Michelin Man. Big, sloppy. I mean, I'm looking at this dude just shaking my head like, wow. And this is the WBC champion. So he has no problem with taking an opponent lightly, making a massive amount of money with all of you guys' money. Then he turns around and he sits there and he has this stupid smug look on his face because he knew he got embarrassed. And he know that basically there's a lot of people who think he lost that fight. Okay? Hell, deep down inside, he may know the truth. I know he's delusional, but maybe deep down inside he's thinking, damn, I got my ass handed to me. Doesn't matter. Here's the reality. For this man to be the so-called greatest heavyweight of all time, the greatest heavyweight in the world right now, well, if that was to be true, then the greatest heavyweight right now in boxing is an MMA guy. He only has one goddamn fight under his belt. Boxing looks like a freaking joke right now. Tyson Fury looks like a bigger joke than he's ever looked. And see, the fact that you guys allow these fighters to tell you anything and you believe it, you cross your fingers, you probably pray about it. You want it to be true. The last thing I heard about Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk was that they were trying to schedule a fight for December. People, when I told y'all that was bullshit, I had people come in the comment section, oh, Aries, you're doubting Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's really that talented. He's going to make quick work of Francis Ngannou, and then he's going to go destroy Usyk in December. Listen at what you guys are saying. So you're telling me he's going to fight Alexander Usyk. What was yesterday? What was yesterday? The 28th? Yeah, the 28th of October. And then he's going to fight Usyk sometime in December. Does that make any sense to you? It's a lie. It was never going to happen. In fact, he did the same thing with Usyk last time. Remember that? The timetable he tried to make is like, no, he's not going to have enough time that day to promote and build this fight and everything. And this is not even a full 2 months. It's already almost November. So how is this fight going to happen? And then people wake up and use your head. At the end of that fight, when they asked him what's next for him, did Tyson Fury stand there and say, oh, it's Alexander Usyk in December? Or did he say, well, I'm going to go home and rest, sit back, we're going to think about it? Is that not what old Fisheye said? Did Usyk's name come up? So even for Usyk, who wants to believe that this fight's going to happen, okay, it sounds funny he's saying one thing, and basically Team Fury is saying they don't know what's next. They're going to go and rest, and they're going to just come up and they'll see what's next. They'll see. But they're going to go rest. Right now, Fury's not thinking about a fight. So for Usyk to speak so surely that he's getting this fight, well, I'm going to put it to you like this. I'm breaking everything down in my other videos, so I'm not going to go into all that in this one, but I just wanted to get these things out because these are some things that I didn't mention. Just a few things. For Tyson Fury to feel proud about what he's been doing to the boxing audience, the hell with his fans. Why? Because he already said he don't care. But if he feels the fact, not even if, the fact that he feels proud about his own actions, there's no telling what he'll do next. He may take some time off, end up doing some WWE shows. He might, who knows? He might try to go film a movie if he can. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't personally care. But this is completely different if Tyson Fury, even in professional wrestling, which is fixed. What happens when these wrestlers decide they want to go and do a movie? They lose the belt to someone, they go film their movie, then they come back to reclaim their belt. All right? And that's fixed. It's choreographed. This is boxing. Like I said, I made a mention in the other video coming up. The MMA world is laughing at boxing. These misfits guys, all these other people. You know what? Do you know what Francis Ngannou doing what he did against Tyson Fury does? They make guys sitting up right now eating bonbons, watching damn TV, think that they can get up and just jump in the boxing ring. Now they're looking at Fury like, man, I thought this dude was supposed to be the best fight. What? Everybody is clowning what happened last night. For the people that's making excuses out of fanboyism, you guys are just naive. And you really don't understand what's going on right in front of you. And the sad thing about it is, if you're a Tyson Fury fan, more than likely you're grown. And you're grown adults that just can't see past the nonsense that he's putting in front of you. The guy does not care about what you say. He only cares that he has access to your money. There's no fighter that's going to turn out a big payday. Now, to Terrence Crawford's, to his credit, when he did I'm going across the street and I'm coming back, well, that is what happened. The stupid thing about that is, though, you risk getting injured. You could injure yourself. I mean, we've seen fighters throw punches and throw their arm out the socket, throw the shoulder out the socket. So things like that can't happen. And it's like now you risk, a big fight like that. Y'all can't see through Tyson Fury's nonsense. The funny thing is, when I say things and they come into fruition, I don't say I told you so, but I do remind you, hey, it wasn't hard to see. When you play this game of, but why you only talking about Fury? Such and such said and such. We talk about whatever's going on. Fury's no different. He's not special. I even let you guys know. I'll say it in the other video, but I'll say it in this one, okay? I don't care to see Anthony Joshua versus Ngannou. I don't need to see what he can do against Ngannou to gauge what I think he'll do against Fury. I don't even care for this fight. If Ngannou becomes a full-fledged boxer, more power to him. But what I'm saying to you guys, this is what is happening, and this is what's going to continue to happen as long as the powers that be allow it, is that because of star power, guys can come from another sport, can come from anywhere, leapfrog in front of everybody. Get title shots, get big fights or whatever because of star power. And trust me when I tell you, the fighters that's silent right now are going to be pissed off. Why? For the simple fact that these guys didn't earn any stripes. For name's sake, they're stuck into a fight. Which is like when you hear me say, I don't care about what the misfits are doing. Let them have their own lane. We don't have to buy into the product. But the problem is they're trying to connect what the misfits do with boxing to a point like it's all the same thing. Even though the fans of the Misfits are Misfits fans. They don't care about real boxers. And when you look at a guy like Fury, who's a real boxer, it's like, what the hell was that last night? Boxing is looking like a joke. I don't care how much money they break in. I don't care about any of that. See, that's all everybody cares about is the money alone. And because of that, well, when you guys decide that I'm not giving my money to these people anymore, they're going to have to do things the way that it's supposed to be done. They need to fight the real fights. And like I said, if Fury decided, you know what, I want to take some time and just relax, think about what I'm going to do. I might have a comeback fight. Just a fight to stay busy. Well, right now, I need to rest my body away. If he even says something to that effect, and then all of a sudden announce that he's coming back to fight Ngannou. Okay, and I'm letting go of the WBC. Who would really care? Because at the end of the day, there was no reason that he couldn't fight Anthony Joshua Usyk or any other top heavyweight. And the fact that he tried to lie, he lied and constantly contradicted himself and tried to make it look as though AJ and Usyk was dodging him. They didn't want to fight him, and he's giving them a chance. And first off, he makes Usyk sound like Usyk has no belts or something, like he's just like he's Ngannou in Ngannou's position. So you see, he kept calling him a little foreigner and saying nobody knows him, right? Yet this guy is the unified champ in the heavyweight division. And he even told the boxing public that Francis Ngannou is more dangerous than Usyk. Okay. Boxing has become a shit show. It's unmotivating. It's basically when people only care about how much they can line their pockets. Greed will bring a company down to its knees. It will bring a genre down to its knees. And believe me, the popularity that boxing has lost, people always talking about boxing. We were talking about how boxing is not as popular as it used to be. The problem, and people don't understand this, once the heart and soul of something is gone, and it's always been about money, but along the way, you have to build fighters. They have to stand out. Because somebody have to have a reason. People have to have a reason to come to your show. Why should we come watch this guy fight? What's special about him? Boxing still hasn't gotten to where it should be. Again, watch fights. Watch these fights. Watch these fights and look at how guys are fighting in empty-ass arenas until the last 2 or 3 fights. So it's still not where it should be. Because that just means nobody cares about these guys on the undercard or the prelims or whatever you want to call it. Watch other sports. Building's pretty packed, even during the prelims, because people pay their money and they want to go see these fights, and they don't make nearly as what these boxers make. And see, when there's a lot of money, the more money involved, the more greed is involved. And that becomes the focus. And you guys are running around here paying $80, $100, or whatever they're charging for this shit, and you give them your money, and these fighters are like, I'm paid, and got the nerve to tell you all, the paying customer, you can kiss their ass. I don't care what y'all say about me. And they are the reasons that your asses are eating. Because these fans, they're paying your salary. Yes. Yes. Who would they be performing for? Who's sponsoring all this if they don't have an audience? At home or in the building? That was disgraceful what I seen last night. Made me sick to my stomach. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm saying it exactly how it is. And when people say, Aries, I don't understand. It's like 1 minute you speaking good about this fighter or that fighter, and the next minute you saying that they're not doing this and that. You're absolutely right. And that should show you that I'm not being biased. I can rock with you when you're doing things the right way, but when you come up with some lies, it's not even about opinions. It's when somebody's just full of shit, saying stupid things that make no sense. Say one thing today, say something different tomorrow, and then act like they didn't say that thing that they said yesterday. Yes, you did. So that means you're lying. These people are very arrogant, very pompous, and again, they get mad at you for getting on their case, but at the same time, it's your goddamn money that's putting their kids through college, that's keeping their lights on, that's keeping plenty of food in their house, that's giving them all these different cars. It's all these people, the fans, that they tell to kiss their ass and I don't care, I don't give a shit, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, and he said it how many times already? And we watched him change his story. But the difference between being a fanboy versus being a stand-up man, a stand-up woman, then you don't bow to people. And when they're doing some bullshit, you let them know. No, you guys want to jump on their channels and praise them and probably hope that they fuck around and say, you know what, you've been a loyal fan, I'm going to send some money your way. Not going to happen. And if they did, it would be a tax write-off anyway, but not going to happen. These fights, these crossover fights, being done by active fighters that are holding titles, it's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. And as long as you give them that power, and how you give them that power? By simply showing interest. So when all these people come out, you better believe, look, the MMA community is going to support their own. Oh, you do damn real. They're going to support their own. So you better believe when an MMA guy steps in there with a boxer there, they're coming out to support that MMA guy. But newsflash, it's not just MMA guys saying that they really feel like Tyson Fury lost that fight. It's boxers, it's actors, it's basketball players, it's so many people. And you want to know what? People get disgusted with boxing simply because of bullshit. More so than the decision. Just the fucking way Fury looked in that ring. The fact that he showed no professionalism to make sure, man, listen, I'm coming in this motherfucker right. I'm going to be fit. All that shit he talked about, how he became a health nut. No, yeah, you see, he's become complacent with himself. His ego is huge. He think that he don't have to do anything to put any effort into his training to beat guys. He think no, you're not that skilled like you think you are. Because if you was, you would have beat Francis Ngannou. And the fact that you let this guy, I mean, there's times when Francis Ngannou looked a little gassed, like he was trying to get his second win, and I'm looking at Fury like, yeah, this motherfucker's tired too. Yeah. Yeah. Just think about the reality of what happened. The WBC champion, who calls himself the greatest of all times and the greatest right now, and then you minions sit there and repeat it, got dropped by a novice with no professional fights and had an actual split decision win against a guy whose pro debut in his first and only fight went up against this guy. And aren't you boxing fans the ones that say guys like Gerard Ennis ain't fought nobody? How he going to try to get a shot with Terence Crawford, but nobody don't want to fight Gerard Ennis. And like I said, Crawford's been in that situation. Spence has been in that situation. All these guys have been in that situation once they finally get there. And yet, they shit on these younger fighters that's up and coming trying to get to where they are. Because it's low risk, high reward. They just won't admit that shit to you guys. Simple. So a guy like that hasn't done anything to deserve a fight with Terence Crawford. But Francis Ngannou, a guy who's not even a fucking boxer, he deserved that shot? No, it wasn't for a title. Bottom line, it was a fight against the WBC champ that prevented Undisputed from happening. That prevented Joshua versus Tyson Fury from happening. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to crucify his motherfucking ass because this is what he does. He talks shit and runs his mouth all the time because he has mind control over his minions. And he knows no matter what he say, they'll make excuses for him. He don't have to make excuses. His minions will make excuses for him. So for people, if they fight a rematch, he'll take it more serious next time and he'll stop them because, whatever. All these, excuses. He lost because he wasn't ready. He didn't properly prepare. See, this is my point about the unprofessionalism. Francis Ngannou was ready. Wasn't Aries the one that said, I haven't even seen training videos of this guy? He's been quiet. And when I do see him, he looks fat and flabby to me. Oh, but Fury never looked muscular. He's always, yeah. No, he looks fat and flabby to me. Don't make it as an excuse now. You're always in denial in the beginning. But now all of a sudden, I don't think he trained the way he was supposed to. Unprofessionalism. I'm getting ready to go make a ton of money, take millions of dollars from all these people, but I'm not even going to come in there ready. Because that's what, when you say, I don't have no champion, I'm my own champion. My loved ones, my family, people I love, those are my champions. But when you guys say, you're a WBC champion or our WBC champion, when you say that shit, that motherfucker's a representation of the people. You get behind them because of the skill set and because they fight for honor and dignity, right? Not anymore. They do what they want and you guys suck up to it. I remember the one guy that had a picture of Tyson Fury's face tattooed on his arm, and I said, what the fuck is this world coming to? I'd be goddamn if I'm going to walk around here with some other person's face other than like my kids or something or whatever, something like that. I mean, seriously? Nah. To each his own. But that's some shit I could never relate to. Yeah, it's that serious. I've seen people with Wu-Tang Clan symbols tattooed on their bodies. I remember a dude and his chick had the name Big Daddy Kane tattooed on their arm. I said, ain't that a bitch? You and your woman. What kind of shit are y'all on? Man, I mean, that's the world we live in. So, I just wanted to get those things out, man. And like I said, this motherfucker never planned on fighting Usyk. He made that crystal clear. And the whole entire time that they started this rumor back up about Usyk and Fury's fighting after the Ngannou fight. And I'm saying, how in the fuck? We're like a month away from this fight, right? And they're already talking about in December, Tyson Fury versus Usyk in December, yet he's fighting Francis Ngannou in October. Well, if there was any truth to that, that would just let you know. They feel like this dude Ngannou's no threat whatsoever. Well, I don't want to hear the excuses. What happened, happened. The wrong man got his hand raised. I don't believe in this moral victory shit. No. I mean, I can say, hey, man, be proud of your performance. You went in and did what you did. This was not a situation of Ngannou was that good. No, I know what my two eyes saw. I saw many flaws that wasn't being exploited by either guy. Lack of experience and Fury realizing Ngannou didn't have the timing and the IQ to pull the trigger when he needed to. That's what I saw. You know, look, Mike Tyson and the other guy, they did a good job with preparing him for this fight the best way that they could. You know, Dewey Cooper. But at the same fucking time, let's be real. It wasn't because Ngannou was so good. It was Tyson looked like complete shit. That was the whole difference in the fight. This was a fucked up Tyson Fury. And also, yes, I said it and I'll say it again. I called Roy Jones a hater and I meant it. And I called Mike Tyson a hater and I meant it. Okay, because they both show hatred and jealousy for what Floyd's accomplished. They always try to find a way to try to knock or take away something from Floyd that they both tried to do and failed at. Also, you got to understand, Floyd and Mike Tyson, no, they'll never make any money with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, no. They will never make any money with Floyd Mayweather. He don't need them for shit. They're not making no money with him. Mike Tyson trained Ngannou with Dewey Cooper, and they both were involved in this fight. You understand? So yeah, Mike Tyson is there. John Fury running his mouth with this fake him versus Mike Tyson bullshit. No, damn well it's nothing but talk. Nothing but talk. That's the so-called entertainment. Like Fury always say, are you not entertained? Nah, Baldy, I'm not. Mike Tyson knows he'll never make any money with Floyd Mayweather. So, yeah, we can talk shit about a guy who surpassed us in so many ways and did what he did, and we're not going to make any money with him. And he's still out here doing exhibitions, making way more money than both of us put together. But guess what? You know what? I'm out here selling weed and mushrooms. I'm down there 60 years old selling weed and mushrooms. Okay, whatever. Roy Jones, he's training guys, doing his thing, whatever, but just saying. Just saying. They always find something to say about this dude in a negative light, but find a way to praise somebody else trying to do the same thing, but not even the same thing. That man is retired and doing exhibitions. We seen Roy Jones' last exhibition. See, you did it because you owe the IRS. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and you lost. Yeah, well, he was 54. Yeah, well, he knew he was 54 before he took that fight. Just saying. And you was about to fight some weirdo looking bodybuilding dude or whatever the fuck, and that didn't happen, and you wound up fighting a former MMA guy and you lost. So just saying. And Floyd's here doing what he's doing, and y'all keep bringing him up, or when someone brings Floyd up, they just can't resist on trying to find something negative to say about this guy. That's why I always laugh and say, well, Mike, and well, Roy, you guys don't have to say that Floyd's the best. You don't have to say that he's the greatest or none of that. But my question to you is, well, who is? And you want to know what? Mike don't want to say himself. He don't want to say himself, even if he wants to, and say he don't want to say himself. And he's already admitted he would never be able to beat Ali prime for prime. He admitted that. He said that. There's other guys that he look up to. Roy Jones, he definitely want to say himself, like he want to say it, but it's like So who is? They never can say who. So who is then? You can say it ain't Floyd, but you can't say who it is. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So yeah, when you hear me give Mike Tyson and Dewey Cooper props for doing a good job with Francis Ngannou, that's what I mean. Which means I'm not looking for fault in these guys. No, but then when you open your mouth and say things like, in a negative light about someone, and basically there's nothing to support your claim other than just you having an opinion that's negative simply because this person is doing things that you never could do. This person is doing things that you tried to and you failed at it. This person is doing things and still getting attention, regardless, getting the kind of money that you guys can't get right now. So, yeah, that should be evidence to you guys. I'm not sitting here. Look, for the amount of time that they worked with Francis Ngannou and what he was able to do in there, yeah, I give the man his credit. And I give the people credit that prepared him. And that's Dewey Cooper and Mike Tyson. So yeah, I have no reason to hate on nobody. But when you say some bullshit out your mouth, I don't give a fuck. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, whoever. I'm going to say what's true and what's real. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat this shit because of who the fuck they are. I don't give a fuck who they are. Y'all do. I don't. I don't care about none of that bullshit. And at the end of the day, I have no reason to hate on anybody. I don't know these people personally, and even if I did, that has nothing to do with it. I tell my mama, my pop, anybody, what's real. Not what you want me to say, but what I really feel and what I see. And at the end of the day, y'all, we cannot sit back and complain about boxing and what's going on and, oh man, they doing this guy's avoiding this guy, but then you go out and support these people. And then, well, I mean, I just support boxing. Well, shut the fuck up then. Because you're the reason that they keep doing what they're doing. If people stop supporting bullshit, these fighters would be forced to fight the top fighters. These networks, all of this, business, they will realize we got to put on better shows. Bottom line, somebody will come out with a way to make boxing better, whether it's a separate situation, where it's a different league of boxing, it's whatever, because let's be real, the PBC, people will say, yo, they got enough fighters to have their own shows. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have to have a foundation, though, and you have to have structure. What we saw last night was a circus show, and that shit wasn't entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think it was a good fight. It was just something to watch. That's all. That's all. It was just something to watch. That's all. And I certainly didn't watch it because I wanted to. It was an invitation. And but that wasn't even about the fight. That just came about once we got there and settled in and was chilling, sitting there, relaxing, and just having a good time. But listen, y'all. You have control of that. And there's no reason, like I always say, imagine, the NFC versus the AFC and the NFL, right? And the NFC decide they win their game and they decide, nah, imagine if football was like that. I know that they won. Okay, we the Dallas Cowboys. We know the Denver Broncos won the AFC division and they're the AFC champions, but we don't want to play them. We want to play the Patriots. Or we want to play the team that they beat. We want to play a lesser team. Just saying, y'all. Oh, but see, if we play the Raiders, man, instead of the Broncos, that'd be a bigger Super Bowl. More people to watch. That's, come on, Texas versus Los Angeles or Las Vegas now? Just saying. Imagine that. Because this is exactly what these fighters be doing. And that's what the business is of boxing. Boxing, you know how boxing is going to be described? It's a business that just used the word boxing as a cover-up. It's simple. Y'all know I rock with the Charlos, but I was on Jamel's ass for what he was doing, what he did against Canelo. And I'm not going to sit here and make no fucking excuses up. And that's why I see all the shit talking and fight build up means nothing when you go in there and fall short. Trying your best, that's all we can ask for, right? Expect. But you go in there and run your mouth and then forget the fight. Nah, that's not going to sit right with the people. And it shouldn't. Now you, as a fighter, know. Trying to sell a fight, you know, is one thing. But there's an old saying, don't write a check that your ass can't cash. And that's what we see way too many of. Lopsided, fucking one-sided fights. Fights not competitive like we think they're going to be. Guy goes in there and just, you know, I'm saying it's one thing to get out skilled and it's one thing to just lay down. What the fuck we saw last night was like, what the fuck am I watching, man? What is this shit? What is this shit? Imagine the Chicago Bulls get 11 guys from their team, suit up, and go play an NFL team and beat them. Or lose because they down by 1 point and their kicker, the guy kicks a field goal and miss, but they only down by 1 point. So just imagine that. Just imagine that. Or you know, the NFL team is holding on one of the plays and the ref just don't call it. You'd be like, what the hell did we just watch? How? These are basketball players. How the fuck did they do this? Yeah. So yeah, if Tyson Fury is the greatest fighter of all time and the greatest fighter right now, then no. Francis Ngannou is the greatest fighter, the greatest boxer, heavyweight boxer right now in the game. And he's not even a fucking he's not even a boxer. He's a novice. Sounds pretty fucked up, don't it? So when I told you guys, this fat, lazy motherfucker don't really want a real fight, you believe me now, don't you? Yeah, you doubted me, but I bet y'all know now. There's no way he should have showed up to this fight looking the way he did, and the results shouldn't have been what they was. And you know what's funny? Somebody told me today, they said, hey, yo, you ever heard of this guy named Showbiz? The adult? I said, yeah. He said, yo, turn in his channel. I'm like, I'm kind of busy at the moment, but I'm like, what's up? So he video chatted me, Chromecast from his whatever, tablet or whatever to his TV. So apparently Showbiz the adult bet $10,000 on Tyson Fury. So he made a video cursing and swearing and going off. And I mean, it was kind of humorous to me, whether he was just trying to be funny or whether he was seriously upset with Tyson Fury because he called him a fat motherfucker that ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, agree with him with all the insults, right? But you see, it's obvious that even he thought this was an easy win. Because there was people that was actually betting on Ngannou. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you Showbiz, I bet you his ass agree with what I'm saying. I bet he's in his feelings because he fucking lost 10 grand, he said, right? Okay. Well, now, why would he make that up and make a fool out of himself? So, just saying. He lost 10 grand betting on this bald-headed motherfucker. I told you guys, Fury's not who y'all think he is, man. This motherfucker, tell me when I'm lying. Nobody called him the greatest of all time when he beat Vladimir Klitschko, did they? Nobody called him the greatest of all time when he beat Derek Chisora. Nobody called him the greatest of all time when he beat who else? Steve Cunningham, Otto Wallin. Just say who? Nobody called him the greatest of all time. Do you guys realize this motherfucker beat one dude? He never rematched Klitschko. But do you guys realize he beat one dude, and that one dude is a guy he fought 3 times, in Deontay fucking Wilder. Deontay Wilder can't box for shit. Gifted a fucking draw. Got stopped and got knocked out. When the fuck was Deontay Wilder ever the greatest of all times? When was he the greatest of anything? All behind him beating one man, selling wolf tickets, talking shit, and getting people behind him with all this so-called entertainment. And now all of a sudden he's the greatest of all times? And because Teddy Atlas or Max Kellerman or certain guys may endorse this shit, y'all jump on this bandwagon? No. Take Deontay Wilder out the fucking picture. Who's calling Tyson Fury the greatest of anything? That's my whole point. So who the fuck? No, you prove yourself to be the greatest by overcoming real obstacles, real challenges, how you push yourself. Man, y'all could talk all that shit y'all want. Ali would have been a cruiserweight. Or, hey, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Tyson Fury's a fucking fraud. Plain and simple. Y'all went for the okie doke and he fooled you motherfuckers. He don't have a deep enough resume to talk that greatest of all time shit. Ain't no fucking way in hell to have all these fucking available opponents out there and you handpicking a fucking over the hill fucking Derek Chisora was trying to fight Manuel Char. Are you kidding me? Or are you shitting me? You finally got in there with a deteriorated Dillian White. Dylan asked for it. Yeah. He wanted to fight. The fight should have happened. Not knocking him for it, but just saying that fight should have happened a long time before it did. Regardless. And Fury probably still wins. Because Dillian White showed you. His IQ is the equivalent of a bag of fucking bones. Okay? But at the same time, y'all, when you talking all this greatest of all time shit, you got to put the work in. No, y'all looking at how much money someone makes. How many fucking YouTube subscribers, or how many views a video getting, and who's on the cover of GQ and all this other shit outside of boxing going on. And y'all get caught up onto the star power. And all of a sudden he's the greatest of all times. Because he beat one dude 3 fucking times. Has anybody ever called Deontay Wilder the greatest of all times or anything? Maybe some of his minions might want to believe that, but really? Deontay Wilder? Look at his resume. Okay. So yeah, that's why they wanted to compliment each other as being the 2 best in the sport. That's why. If I can beat Deontay, then I can beat all of them. Well, the only person that can beat me is Tyson Fury, but I'll beat AJ and everybody else. I don't have to fight him. I'll just tell you I can beat him. Guess what, y'all? That guy don't care about you as his fans. He's all about the money and the money only. And if he can go the rest of his career, if he decides to stay in the ring, fighting nothing but YouTube dudes and MMA guys or whatever, he would. He doesn't want a real fight anymore. He doesn't. He doesn't. And for the record, if he decides to fight, whoever he fights, may the best man win, but I hope they whoop his motherfucking ass. Because he is helping boxing to be nothing but a fucking business in disguise. That's all it is. It's no fucking way what happened last night should have happened. Simple. This motherfucker tell you he'll knock out AJ in 2 or 3 rounds, but he went 10 with Francis Ngannou, and you motherfuckers believe it. I keep telling y'all, AJ don't fight the same way he used to. Yeah, I can see the hesitation. But I don't see Fury the way y'all do. And I'm telling you, that fight is nowhere near as easy if he would win. as y'all think. And he knows that, just like he knows Usyk ain't no walk in the park. That's why he's avoiding them too. So y'all can sit here and put your face up in this crack all day and leave it up there and don't even come up for air because that's what y'all been doing for so long. Y'all are the gas underneath his ass. Y'all are. Y'all got him thinking he can just say and do what he want because they eat up whatever I say. Mauricio Suleiman, all that. This guy didn't let me do whatever I want to do. He's a victim of the times. People, listen. Tyson Fury need to let go of that belt. Then he can go fight whoever he wants. As long as he's holding on to that belt, and Mauricio Suleiman's sorry ass don't even, hey, we need you to defend this title. He has no mandatories, nothing. And it wouldn't matter because Mauricio would find the softest touch that he could possibly find for Fury. Plain and simple. That's what he do. So you better believe you won't see him or Wilder fighting a Frank Sanchez or Jared Anderson or somebody like that, even an F.A. Jabba, unless they're forced to do it. If they're not forced, they won't do it. Wilder has no belt, and he's still talking like he the champ. Always talk about somebody got to send him a proper offer. You can't ask for this too much. You can't price yourself and all. But he's not. Who is he sending offers to? No one. Two peas in a pod, man. So yeah, man, I salute Francis Ngannou for beating that bald-headed ass up last night. It's fucked up that you didn't get the decision, but you did what you did. But at the same time, Francis, somebody gonna stretch you. The inexperience that I seen in you was expected. I don't feel like Ngannou did nothing wrong. He just took the opportunity that was given to him. That's all. That's all. And he made the most of it. Boy, he's not ready. All right, he's not ready. Not for the top guys. He's not. Some novice dudes coming up. Believe me, there's dudes we don't even know who will beat Francis Ngannou. He just makes too many mistakes. He's too open. He's not even aware of the danger he's in. Because Fury didn't make him pay because Fury was scared of getting counted. Big, fat, flabby motherfucking Michelin man looking ass. He knew what he was doing. Playing it safe. He said trying to look arrogant from the outside, flicking that little bullshit. Yeah. He didn't want to get close. He knew what he was doing. Grabbing when he got in. He knew what he was doing. And he knew, like, damn, this motherfucker done dropped me. He ain't not scared. I thought he was going to be running into shit. And I told you guys, if you watch Fury does not, he's flat-footed. And he's not fleet on his feet like he used to be. But he knew, he also knew, okay, Ngannou can punch. But Ngannou doesn't know how to cut off a ring, and he's not bringing any pressure. He's a novice, man. You got dropped and got a split decision win against a guy with no fucking fights. His first fight was against you. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about this bald-headed motherfucker. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hey out of people, and I will catch you on the next video. And listen, y'all heard the story of Pinocchio? Maybe John Fury found that motherfucker. Maybe John Fury was something about somebody in the Fury family. Maybe they founded that story. Because y'all some lying motherfuckers. Greatest of all time. Man, cut this shit.